The guard travelled in the guard's van at the very end of the train. It was their job to check that the wagons or carriages were coupled correctly and check that the brakes on the wagons were set correctly. On freight trains, his skill in using the handbrake on the guard's van was essential in helping the driver to control the train. Railways required a lot of skilled men to run them, but not everybody could be an engine driver. Not everyone wanted to be a driver. So there were many other less glamorous but equally important jobs to be had in the successful running of a railway.
The guards really was a hell of a responsible job. You used to have to know the road, like the driver. Right, you go with light engine and driver and fireman. Equipped with 12 detonators in a container, a red and green flag, fan lamp with 3 colours, red, green and white, on a swivel. You could twist your wrist and make it whatever colour you required. You get to the yard, you go down each individual wagon to see that the handbrakes was off, apart from the first leading 2 where the handbrakes would be on to stop them running out. Check on both sides of the train to see the brakes were off. Talking anything between 45 to 50 wagon. Down to your guard's van, make sure the fire was going, you needed that. And your lamps were trimmed, you had one at the back, a red one. Then you'd go back to the driver, after making sure that everything was coupled up with chain. Tell the driver the number of vehicles he had on and where we were going. Inform the signalman that you were ready to go. You was the one that told him, not the driver. All we were responsible for was the engine. It was your job to get that train out. He'd wait until he got a road fire, which means clear, and he'd pull off the yard signal, and the driver would pick that up. The guard at the back were out at night, you'd give him a green light, and that was be it. Once you got out from the yard, then you get to the gradient, you would then immediately put your handbrake on with the wheel, and that would be left on all the way. You'd leave it on. Kept it taut. You can imagine soft steel on steel. Well, no communication once you got on the way.